Welcome to Road America for the second round of a doubleheader weekend, which is the sixth round of the USF2000 National Championship. Row 21, Arnold Brinkmann and Shamal Yelkin.
And in the final row on the grid, we have Scott Dick alongside Eric Schwartz.
Bryce Miller, first time on the front row in qualifying. This will be Evie Lacey. Big move to the inside early here. Justice trying to just protect. However, he's got company coming up the inside.
Rojas Jr. there in the 15 machine. Miller tucked in tight behind Cameron. Oh, Miller looked like he's a little loose there, Greg, as he went through turn one.
Trying the same outside move, and he's in the gravel. He is buried in the gravel. And in the dry, that may have worked. In the wet, obviously a problem. Meanwhile, up front, Cameron starting to draw away. Rojas, a brilliant start. Eaton now is in third. He got around, and that is Justice that he made the pass on. So Eaton in the Hilton machine has moved up. Justice has to protect a little bit. Looks like that's going to work this time, but the pressure is on. Walsh in the second red and blue entry. A big wiggle from Asaro. I think has given Justice a little bit of a break.
There we see the trees and change the balance of the car to maybe compensate for the looseness.
Certainly throwing up a rather unique rooster tail. We'll give him that at this point. There's number 19, Erlin, once again. And this is a great battle here. Right behind him is 25, Arnold Brinkmann in the H2 entry. There's Arnold having a strong run as well. Mayhew and Harrison all involved in this scrap.
He's had a great run. He started 41st on the grid, Arnold Brinkmann, so he's all the way up towards the front. And brilliant charge by that young man.
Working into the carousel, there's a good look once again at number 3, Scott Rubenzer, and that storage battery systems entry. Then there's that battle. There's Erlin, and boy, Brinkmann all over the back of Erlin as they head into the kink. Watch for it on the exit here.
Whoa!
Oh, big wiggle. That's going to get the attention certainly of Mayhew, who's watching, but Brinkmann saves it. Loses a little bit of momentum and therefore a little bit of time relative to the guy he's chasing in terms of Erlin. You can see he's dropped off just a little bit. And now a debris flag out in Canada corner as well. Problems have been involving there the whole race. We'll be right back as we are completing lap 9. Back at Road America as we are now working the 10th lap. And here's that battle we've been following just a little bit. The H2 entry of Brinkmann, number 25. And he is battling for 10th with Mayhew right in the mix of that young rookie. And I'll tell you what, these guys have been at war for the last few laps.
They're having a great run. Here you see all the drivers. They're moving to the right-hand side of the road. Over by the wall there's not as much drainage off the racetrack, so the water tends to gather there. You're going to be able to cool the tires down just a little bit. Here you see Rubenzer and Munoz going at it. Rubenzer flicks to the outside. Munoz holds his ground on the inside. Will he make it stick?
Well, looks good for Munoz, but Rubenzer cut down underneath and looked like he was able to go to throttle just a little bit sooner. Munoz trying to defend Cal, but looks as though Rubenzer's got the margin down into 3. Here's the rest of the field streaming through, and it's still Erlin holding on to that one position, but what a great pass unfolding in front.
And Harrison has closed up on this battle as well. He'll be in the thick of it here shortly, I would think. Haven't watched his run here yesterday, but this is great stuff, battling all the way through the field. Here we see Munoz retaliating down towards turn 5, breaks out of the slipstream. He has the inside line. Will Rubenzer be able to hold him off?
Rubenzer going awfully deep on the brakes. Car squirming around a little bit. Munoz ducks down underneath. Rubenzer driving him tough on the outside. And Rubenzer very, very loose. And Munoz didn't look like he gave him a whole lot of racing room, Cal.
Well, he gave him room, and then Rubenzer, I thought he was going to tuck back to the left-hand side for the run up to 6, but decided to try and accelerate around the outside, and Munoz needed to use a bit of road there in the wet, and came over on him, forced Rubenzer onto the curb. He got a little loose and allowed Brinkmann to close in on them.
Boy, Brinkmann during that bit of battling has come from quite a number of car lengths back to just glom onto the back of those two. And this is now, that battle is rejoined again. And Rubenzer's looking at his mirrors going, more white. I can't believe it.
Well, I think Brinkmann has actually passed about 34 cars out here this afternoon, so he's been busy. I'm sure his face shield is pretty dirty, is pretty grimed up from all the cars he's been passing, but what a run. And here we see the leader, Marc-Antoine Cameron, out front, heading out of Canada corner once again.
That's truly an unbelievable run from Brinkmann. 41st is where he started. Shades of James Hansen yesterday.
We've seen some great performances from these young drivers, and that's what it's all about. This series is really about training these guys to deal with different conditions, different grid positions, full field. You don't just have 20 cars in one of these races. 44 cars started the race today, and that's great experience. And look at Leyendijk Jr. there. Lacey's been in the thick of it all weekend, but Leyendijk, a top 5 result. He's looked strong at IRP as well earlier in the season.
Rubenzer does win the ACC class. Arnold Brinkmann, 41st to 8th, folks. That is a brilliant drive.